Hi everybody, this is Rachel. This week we had to do a discussion board on the legacy of Thomas Jefferson, and this past week I lost my aunt, and she left such a tremendous legacy that I thought it was kind of fitting that this would be our discussion board, the legacy on a great man, Thomas Jefferson. Was born and raised in Virginia, and I have to say George Washington, Patrick Henry, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, all of those men are like ingrained in everything that we learn in school. I'm one of those students who can actually still probably recite Patrick Henry's speech. But Thomas Jefferson has always been kind of a fascinating person for me. We were always taught he was just this grand man, but he also was a gentleman farmer. He was a slave owner, and in the last couple of years, some of his greater accomplishments have kind of been diminished because of that fact. And as historians, we have to understand that we have to take history in context. We also, according to the course guidelines, historians must be objective and honest in their investigations. Because of stuff going on in my life this week, did not get to do as much research as I would have liked to. But most of you probably know Thomas Jefferson, of course, wrote the Declaration of Independence. And that in itself is a huge accomplishment. The other thing that he wrote was the Virginia Statute of Religious Freedom, which is the basis for our First Amendment right for freedom of religion. Both of those contributions are amazing. He gave us Monticello, his beautiful home. He had some inventions. He founded the University of Virginia, which is an excellent school that everybody's pretty much heard of. But the one thing that I kind of missed out in his legacy is the thing that I admired most about him, and that was when he purchased the Louisiana Purchase. We can talk all day long because everybody knows he was great with the Declaration and religion and all that stuff. But the one thing that kind of gets forgotten is Thomas Jefferson had a vision. He had a vision for how he wanted the United States to go. And he wanted the United States to be a united republic, a government under the people, and a government that was not intimidated by other countries and not scared of a monarch. I was reading an article, and it was in the book Thomas Jefferson's Reputation and Legacy, and it was talking about all the things that he's remembered for: monuments, hundreds of counties, towns, schools, the University of Virginia, books, articles, but mostly what he's remembered for is his words. But I also wanted him to be remembered for that purchase. In 1803, Thomas Jefferson made a huge purchase that a lot of people were not happy about. He purchased 828,000 square miles from France at the cost of $11,250,000. And at that time, that was a huge amount of money. This purchase doubled the size of the United States, but it also helped pave the way to end French expansion and territorialism, and also Spanish territories. So he was forethinking enough that if he could get these people to unite, that would be what he needed to do. There were a couple of things that I saw that I really wanted to share with you. Dumas Malone wrote that Jefferson believed that there was a connection in westward expansion. Settlers would spread Republican governments throughout the U.S. He was the architect of orderly expansion, and he sought to bind West with East by extending full benefits of political union and self-government. And if you think about it, he really and truly did. He was able to connect the United States in a way that kind of ensured that our government would continue on. There was another quote And it was Jefferson and his contemporaries understood that they were at a crossroads and that the American experiment in Republican self-government and the fragile federal union on which it depended could easily fail. And that is a quote from Peter Onhoff in his text. So you can't ask for any other legacy than what Thomas Jefferson has. Whether you agree with some of his principles or not, he still was a man of foresight that helped to make this country great. I hope you guys have a good week. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.